Hello there, welcome to the channel, Living Life on Less. My name is Liz, my husband's name is David, and we're going to discuss all things money saving, our frugal living, loving life on that bit less. Today is a video about all the frugal things we've done this week. Winter has started to set in this week. After Storm Babette, there's a lot of moisture in the air, there's a lot of fences that have been blown down. There's definitely the nights are getting chillier. We've had to have the log burner on a couple of times. And worst of all, first thing in the morning, the windows are oozing condensation. Now, that means there's a lot of moisture within the house. And moisture within the house isn't good because it starts rotting things. It turns to mold, it turns to damp. It's really not good for your health. So one of the things we want to try and address is the condensation on our windows and stop it in the morning from streaming everywhere. We've had a look on the internet for some things that we can do. We don't want to have to go to the expense of buying a dehumidifier, not just yet if there's a cheaper way to crack it. So this video contains our attempts, which were actually quite successful at having less condensation on our windows, certainly in the morning, and also a frugal food haul of foods we managed to buy this week, which should keep us well and truly in tasty meals this week, but also healthy tasty meals. So this seems to be quite constant in the last few days. As you can see, condensation on all the windows. It's that time of year. We do actually have damp boxes here, and they're doing the job. They are getting some water together, collecting some of the water, but still not enough to make the room damp. So what I'm going to do is, somebody had suggested on the internet, that was really good, was putting dish soap or washing up liquid on a cloth, neat, cleaning the window, make sure it's buffed in until it's gone, and then this condensation will stay away for a couple of weeks. So it's October the 18th in the morning, and we're going to see if we get any condensation for the next few days after I have put some neat dish soap. I've put it on a paper towel. You can put it on a cloth, it's just we've got some paper towel. And then I'm going to pop that onto the window. Don't know if this is going to work or it's just going to make a bubbly mess, and it's one of those internet things. We've certainly got some bubbles going on the window. I'll probably have to clean it off with a dry cloth. But it's worth the experiment just to see if it keeps our windows condensation free. Because it's been every morning for the last few days. So I'm going to get another cloth, buff all that off, and then we'll see what it's like next few days to come. What I am going to do to test it to see if it works is only do this window, and then I can check it with the other windows in the house, because they all have condensation, and see if they get condensation. If this one doesn't, we know it's been a success, and we can do this. It'll be a little bit cheaper than buying dehumidifiers and things. It's quite misty and foggy out there today. Lots of moisture in the air. So this is my daughter's room this morning, and as you can see, got plenty of condensation and moisture. And in this room, where I did the dish soap on the window 3 days ago, you can see it's so much better. There's a slight bit of condensation, but nothing that's creating the rivulets of water like the room that hasn't been done. So I'd say that's definitely something to think about doing. Something else we're just going to do as well to help with the condensation issues is just crack the window when it's not raining heavy outside. Over the weekend, obviously, it was a little bit difficult because there was Storm Babette raging and there was wind and hurricanes and water everywhere. But today it's calm, and to help with keeping the moisture out the air is keeping the rooms with airflow. So as long as it's not absolutely freezing, just having the windows cracked for a few hours each day will help. For this week's Frugal shop, we decided to go to Lidl and see what they had on offer. Each week they have several fruit and vegetables right at the front of the store, which are lower priced than normal. We thought that was a good way to get our fruit and vegetables for a bit cheaper and put them on our menu. Lidl, if you aren't from the UK, is a little bit like the sister shop of Aldi, the same good value supermarket. The fruit and vegetables we bought were 2 aubergines. We found them really good for taking on the flavour of whatever you cook them with, and the fantastic cheap bulkers. A bag of small satsumas, very sweet, lots of vitamin C, and under £1 for a large bag, so that was good. Carrots, British carrots and organic. We bought 2 bags of those because they were good value and certainly great to roast up, nice and sweet alternative to roast potatoes. A big bag of assorted coloured peppers. 3 packets of coriander. They were actually reduced in price, and coriander freezes absolutely fine. And finally, a little cauliflower, and not only was it a good price, but we like to use the outer leaves as well. So we use a lovely white soft inside as well as the outer leaves for cooking with. And all those fruits and vegetables were under £1 each. So that was good value. While we was at Lidl's, we also managed to get 2 reduced price free range chickens. They were quite large and both of them had 30% off the price. What was also good was, of course, that the birds were free range, so there's a better quality of life for them. And they had the next day's date on, which is better for freshness, obviously, than buying them on the use by date. They probably would have been a bit cheaper the next day, but 30% off free range birds, I don't think you can go wrong. And also we bought a 4-pack of lamb chops. They weren't on offer, but we planned on making 3 meals with them. So that was to add our week's meat, 2 chickens and the lamb chops. But obviously we won't use both the chickens in one week. David should be dissecting them. The legs and thighs will be separated, as will the wings, as will the breasts, and they'll be all bagged up and popped in the freezer and taken out as and when we need them. The good thing about also being able to dissect the chicken is it fits in better in the freezer rather than a whole chicken. The bags can sort of fit in nooks and crannies. And the chicken carcasses, we popped those in the slow cooker, left them overnight for 12 hours, so we had a lovely chickeny broth. When you take the chicken carcasses back out, there's plenty of meat still on the carcasses to pull off and make into what we made was a chicken stew. And we also had the chicken stock as well, and that's gone in the freezer. I've come out today to do some last foraging. Add to the winter coffers, get some fresh air and take the dogs for a walk. And there he is with his foraging bucket.
Slows up there, dogs behind.
Trees are alive with colour. So we've got rose hips to make into rose hip syrup. More vitamin C's than oranges and kiwi fruit. And free. Lovely, organic nettles, away from where all the dogs will tiddle on them. And a fantastic dried out made into a tea. Misty this morning. All that moisture in the air from Storm Babette. But very still. And on our travels, little Robin. Oh. Where they've gone. Something we've done with the leftover lamb burns from the lamb chops is have them in the slow cooker or the crock pot for 12 hours on low, just to leach all the goodness out the burns. There's marrow, there's collagen in there, and it makes a fantastic stock. So I'm going to remove the burns and just add a packet of these winter vegetables. They were reduced and they just want a little bit of a chop and a clean up. As you can see, the sprout there, it's looking a little bit aged. They were reduced, so what I'm going to do is clean them up, pop them in the crock pot stroke slow cooker for 6 hours on low, and we'll have a nice soup to blend down with all the goodness of lamb burns and vegetables for pennies. This has been cooking nicely for 4 hours. I'm now going to blend it down and I'm going to serve it for lunch with cheese on toast. It's a lovely cheap meal and it makes you utilise all of the foodstuffs you've got, even the burns. There's the soup blended down. Just used a stick blender, nothing fancy. Have you got any frugal tips for winter? How to keep your house warm and dry? What you're doing to keep yourselves nice and warm without running amok on your energy bills? What foods are you currently eating and looking forward to making that are nutritious and warming and frugal? Let us know in the comments down below. If you liked our content, please give us a thumbs up. If you like more money saving videos from us, subscribe. And we'll be back again soon with another money saving frugal living video. Wherever you are in this beautiful world, we hope you have a truly magnificent day. Bye for now.